The text from my brother, Leo, arrived at 10:03 a.m. on a perfect Saturday morning. Hey Liv. Don't come to the BBQ today. Mia's allergic to dogs and your shedding monster stresses her out. Just trying to keep the peace. I stared at the message, my coffee turning bitter in my mouth. My golden retriever, Gatsby, lay at my feet, innocent as sunlight. This wasn't about a dog allergy. Mia had played with him a dozen times before. This was about the promotion. I'd just been named senior partner at Hartman and Lowe, the youngest in the firm's history. Leo, my entrepreneurial little brother, had been struggling to keep his food truck business afloat for years. Mia, his wife of 3 years, had never quite hidden her belief that my corporate success was somehow a personal slight to their authentic lifestyle. I typed back a simple understood and went for a long walk with Gatsby instead. The sting of exclusion sharp in my chest. 2 hours later, the intercom in my home office buzzed. My assistant's voice came through, confused. Ms. Hartman? Your brother and his wife are here. They say it's urgent. I looked at Gatsby, then at the empty barbecue invitation on my fridge. Send them up. My name is Olivia Hartman, and I've spent 32 years being the responsible one. The planner. The one who actually reads the terms and conditions. My brother Leo, 2 years my junior, has spent those same years being the passionate, impulsive dreamer. Our parents died in a car accident when I was 22 and Leo was 20. I put my law school dreams on hold, took a paralegal job, and made sure we kept the house. That Leo finished college. I became the parent and he remained the child. Leo's passion was food. He opened Leo's Mobile Eats with our parents' life insurance money, a gourmet food truck, specializing in Korean Mexican fusion. It was creative. It was also chronically mismanaged. I'd bailed him out of 3 near bankruptcies, always with a loan, always with a business plan he'd ignored. Then came Mia, beautiful, artistic, and possessive. She saw me not as a sister but as a judgmental, spreadsheet-wielding obstacle to their bohemian success. When I got Leo an interview with a restaurant group last year, she called it selling out when I advised him to track his inventory. She said I was crushing his spirit. My success became their benchmark for everything soulless. My sleek Chicago high-rise condo was sterile compared to their cozy red, cramped apartment above a bakery. My tailored suits were corporate armor next to her vintage dresses. My partnership offer, which came with a 7-figure salary and my name on the door, was the ultimate symbol of everything they claimed to reject. So the BBQ invitation was a new low but not a surprise. It was a clear message: our family doesn't include you anymore. What they didn't know was that my new position as senior partner came with oversight of the firm's venture philanthropy arm. We had a $500,000 initiative to invest in local, scalable small businesses, particularly in the food sector. The review committee was meeting on Monday. As I waited for them in my office, with its skyline view and quiet hum of achievement, I realized something had shifted. The big sister who always rushed to fix things was gone. In her place was a woman who'd just been told she wasn't family, and she was waiting to hear why. Leo and Mia stepped into my office looking like refugees from a different world. He was in a stained Leo's Mobile Eats t-shirt, panic in his eyes. She was clutching a tote bag, her usual artistic composure replaced by sheer terror. Liv. Thank God you're here, Leo burst out, not even greeting me. What's wrong? I asked, my voice cool, professional. The voice I used with difficult clients. Gets the truck, Mia said, her voice trembling. The health department. They found violations, major ones. They're shutting us down, permanently. They're talking about fines we can't possibly pay. She collapsed into a chair. Leo paced, running his hands through his hair. It was the fridge, Liv. The compressor died last week and I couldn't afford to fix it properly. I tried a patch job. And then the inspector came yesterday. It's a Category 3 violation. They condemned the whole operation. The rising action wasn't in their story, it was in mine. The slow burn of realization. They hadn't come for sisterly comfort. They'd come because the big sister with the high-powered job was their only Hail Mary. You didn't answer my calls last night, Leo accused. A hint of his old petulance surfacing. I was busy, I said simply, gesturing to the partnership agreement still on my desk. And after your text, I assumed I wasn't part of your immediate circle. Mia had the decency to flush. Leo looked momentarily ashamed, but desperation overrode it. Look, I'm sorry about the BBQ, okay? Mia was just stressed. We both were. But this is real, Liv, this is everything. We're going to lose it all. Tell me the number, I said. What? The fine. The cost to get back up to code. The real number. They glanced at each other. Leo swallowed. With the repairs, the fines, lost revenue. Close to 80,000, asterisk I let out a low whistle. 80,000, I leaned back in my chair, steepling my fingers. And the business plan? The one I helped you write 2 years ago? The one that showed you turning a profit if you just followed basic inventory and maintenance schedules? Asterisk Liv, not now, Mia started. Asterisk now is exactly the time, I said, my voice cutting through the room. You're asking me for $80,000 again, after uninviting me from a family BBQ. So yes, now? Did you follow the plan? Asterisk Leo's silence was all the answer I needed. The food truck wasn't a failed dream. It was a neglected responsibility. Asterisk I don't have $80,000 to give you, I said, watching hope drain from their faces. But my firm does. Asterisk they stared at me, confusion replacing despair. Asterisk your firm, Leo asked. Asterisk I slid a brochure across my desk. Hartman and Low Venture Initiative. We invest in local businesses. There's a grant and mentorship program. The committee meets Monday. Asterisk Mia snatched the brochure. A grant? We could qualify for this? Asterisk possibly, I said. But it's not a bailout. It's an investment. It comes with conditions. Intensive financial mentoring. Weekly check-ins with a business advisor. Full transparency on all books. And you'd have to present a viable, updated business plan to the committee. Asterisk their faces cycled through hope, hesitation, and resistance. Asterisk mentoring? Check-ins. Liv, that sounds like you just want to control, Mia began. Asterisk I am on the committee, Mia. I interrupted calmly. But I would recuse myself from your specific vote due to conflict of interest. This wouldn't be me. This would be the firm. Professionals who know how to build sustainable businesses. You'd be accountable to them. Asterisk the air in the room changed. This wasn't Big Sister coming to the rescue with a check and a sigh. This was a lifeline, but one they'd have to grasp with both hands and with their pride. Asterisk you'd really do that? Get us in front of them? Leo asked, a flicker of his old admiration showing. Asterisk not get you in front of them, I corrected. Submit your application, which would be due by 5 p.m. today. And it would have to be exceptional. You've been rejected by the health department. You need to convince a board of lawyers and financiers that you're worth a second chance. And a major investment. Asterisk the climax was in their choice. The easy path begging, manipulating, playing the family card was closed. I had presented a door, but they would have to build the key themselves. Asterisk Mia looked from the brochure to me, a new understanding dawning. You're not going to save us. Asterisk no, I said softly. But I'm giving you the tools to save yourselves. If you want this, you have about 6 hours to write the most important proposal of your lives. You can use my conference room. There's a computer, a printer. My assistant can bring you coffee. Asterisk Leo looked at his wife. For the first time, I saw them as partners, not just as my little brother and his oppositional wife. The weight of their own survival was on them. Asterisk okay, Leo said, his voice firming. Okay, we'll do it. Show us the room. Asterisk as they walked out, armed with nothing but desperation and a chance. Mia paused at the door. She didn't look at me, but her voice was quiet. The BBQ. Gatsby would have been fine. I'm sorry, asterisk it wasn't much. But it was a start. They worked in my conference room for 5 straight hours. I heard arguing, moments of silence, the frantic tapping of keys. My assistant brought them sandwiches they barely touched. Asterisk at 4:50 p.m., Leo walked into my office, holding a freshly printed packet. His eyes were bloodshot, but they held a clarity I hadn't seen in years. Asterisk here, it's not perfect. But it's honest. It has the old plan, what went wrong, and what we'll do differently. Including a maintenance schedule for the fridge, he added with a weak smile. Asterisk I took it without reading it. I'll submit it. The committee meets at 10 a.m. Monday. You'll get a call either way. Asterisk the weekend passed in a blur of silence. No texts, no calls. Asterisk Monday at 12:17 p.m. my phone rang. It was Leo, crying. But they were tears of relief. They'd been approved for a $75,000 grant with a structured mentorship program. Asterisk the change wasn't overnight, but it was profound. Leo and Mia now had business meetings with their advisor. They sent me their profit and loss statements not because I asked, but because they were proud. The truck was repaired, rebranded, and thriving with a new, realistic expansion plan. Asterisk we had the BBQ, finally. Gatsby lay in the sun, adored by everyone, his alleged allergy never mentioned. Mia brought me a plate of the new kimchi tacos they were testing. What do you think, partner? She asked, a genuine smile on her face. Asterisk my brother texted, don't come to the BBQ. It was the best thing he ever did for me. It forced me to stop being a parent and start being a sister. And sometimes, being a sister doesn't mean opening your wallet. It means holding the door while they learn to open it themselves. It means trading a place at their table for a seat on their board, not of directors, but of believers. And as I bit into the perfect taco, watching my brother and his wife laugh in their own successful kitchen, I realized some families are built at barbecues. Ours was rebuilt in the quiet of a missed invitation and the fierce, complicated love of a second chance.